After awakening in a new world, Alucard was helped by Igor. After finding him at auction, Igor would help Alucard by giving him the bloodshot driver, which would turn Alucard into Kamen Rider vampiric after fighting a vampire monster. After killing the creature, Igor and Alucard would make their way to a penthouse that Igor got in Alucard's name, meaning Alucard owns the whole build, which Igor forgot to tell him. That some night, Alucard and Igor would head to a club where Tony Belmont would be hosting. Alucard would leave Igor back in the car. Soon after, Alucard would meet a woman named Janessa. She would help him with security guards. The two would dance until Janessa left for the bathroom. A few seconds would go by. A vampire creature would appear. Alucard would turn into his new Kamen Rider form called Kamen Rider Vampiric 01. Alucard would put a stop to the vampire creature, but would get shot at by the cops, but would be saved by Janessa. The two would head back to her house and have a romantic night. Alucard would leave after making his way back to his penthouse, where he got a new soul called Vampiric Jeets, and would head to Tony Belmont and would confront him. Seeing Tony Belmont would enrage Alucard, but when he seen Janessa next to him and finding out Tony Belmont was her father, she would cut Alucard off. The Blood Moon would change Alucard, giving him a new soul calling Hellish Vampiric King. Now presenting Kamen Rider Vampiric Season 2. Opening narration. Main lobby. Scene 1. Standing in his new Kamen Rider Hellish Vampiric King form, surging with a dark blood red aura, his eyes would open on his cape. Alucard would just stand there. Tony Belmont and Janessa would just look on as Janessa would say,
"Dad, I think we should go."
For what? I want to see them rip him piece by piece.
Dad, listen to me. Please, for your grandson, come on.
You are in a heap of trouble, Janessa Belmont.
Hearing this, Tony Belmont would just look at Janessa and walk away to a closet's elevator. Janessa follows and step in the elevator with her father as the door close. Back to the action that's about to happen in the lobby with Alucard. The vampire monsters would attack him, throwing wild strikes, but Alucard would dodge every one of their attacks, moving side to side until he would catch the vampire monster's right hand. Alucard would showcase his power as the same dark red devilish aura burst through his body as he roars, cocking his left fist back, and would throw a hard left punch to the chest of the vampire monster. Its chest would burst open as the creature whole insides, and blood would shoot out to the ground as its body drops to the ground. The rise of the vampire monsters would attack Alucard as he stands there. The aura around him would grow. Placing his hand on the bloodshot driver that's on his right thigh, Alucard would double tap the bloodshot driver, as it would say,
"Hail Rising Impact!"
Alucard's right leg would glow in a dark red aura and perform a roundhouse kick, killing all of the vampire monsters with a single kick, leaving Alucard to say,
"Belmont!"
A beastly roar with echo throughout the building as the building windows would shatter. Multiple SWAT units would enter the building as they began to let off gunshots, but the bullets would ricochet off of Kamen Rider Hellish Vampiric King body as he gives them all a demonic stare, not being faced at all by the bullets. Within a flash, everything will go silent as the SWAT teams will drop their guns as their heads will be floating in air, dropping to the ground as blood spills out from the decapitation. Holding one of the SWAT team's heads over his head as his blood pours into his mouth, having his feel, as Alucard would say,
"Blood so sweet and delicious, so satisfying, but not quenching my thirst."
We would come to Tony Belmont and his daughter Janessa Belmont making their way to the upper floor, heading to Tony's office. Once they got there, Tony would pull up the security footage in the main lobby as they would see Alucard killing police officers like it was nothing until the phone ring. Tony would answer.
Hello? Hey, Dad. I'm here. Did you bring it with you? Oh, yes. I most definitely brought it with me. Where is he? He's in the main lobby. Be careful, son. He's dangerous. He already killed a bunch of my police officers. I will. Trust me. Leave everything to me.
The phone call would end, leaving Janessa to speak out.
You think Noah's going to be a match for him?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Noah would make his way into the main lobby as he see all the dead bodies all over the lobby as he shake his head. Alucard would say,
"Tell me before I rip out your heart. Are you at Belmont? Boy!"
Yes, I'm a Belmont. I'm the son of Tony Belmont, and you have made a big mistake coming for my family. I think it's time for you to learn your place.
You think you are in a position to take me on, Ewan?
Oh, trust me. My ugly friend, I will not disappoint.
Noah would pull out his very own driver, placing it on his stomach as the straps form around his waist as he pulls out 2 cards, sliding them both into the driver as the driver sound speaks.
It's phase 1.
He would say. Pressing the top button on his Phase 1 driver, Noah body would glow as 2 cards of Steamliner Phase 1, Fighter Nimbus Phase 1. The imagine of the 2 cards would project themselves around Noah, transforming him into his Kamen Rider form. As Noah would say,
now you're going to die here for coming after my family.
Your family killed my family. I'm just returning the favor. And when I'm done killing you, I'm sending your father your head on a pike.
the 2 would burst in power as the battle between Kamen Rider Hellish Vampire King and Kamen Rider Jet Nimbus begins. The battle continues in Episode 2, The Awakening of Emperor Vampiric. The true power of a vampire? Breaking news report. Over 20 people were killed last night. Report says that the victims was drained of their blood. Each bodies would look like mummies. Witnesses say they seen what did it, but there is still no hard evidence on what this might be. The captain of the Chicago Police Department has set a curfew until this killer is caught. I'm Frank Barry and you're watching the 11 o'clock news. Watch yourself, and be safe out there. Have a nice night.
It feels good to be whole again.